Hello everyone and welcome back to Ace Attorney Dual Destinies, where Phoenix is wondering where Fulbright gets his toys, and I'm just gonna let that one go. I've been staring at that for too long. Detective Fulbright, you'll have to answer honestly to this court right now. Why do you feel fear in connection with the moon rock? In justice we trust, not emotions, Mr. Lawyer. Evidence is everything. I'm the Phantom because I'm afraid. Don't make me laugh. Yeah. What was that just now? But all human beings have hearts and experience emotions. Sometimes analyzing a case from the psychological perspective is the best way to find the truth. Yeek! This is all just a waste of time. All your efforts at analysis served no purpose. Why is he even talking? And now in this dark age of the law, nobody would believe your claim that it's effective. In an era where evidence is fabricated, do you truly expect feelings to be accepted as proof? And where exactly is your proof that I fear the moon rock anyway? Well, I admit I don't have any conventional proof, but I still say that examining a person's heart has its merits. Oh, really? Then why don't you listen carefully with those special ears of yours? What? Listen to the voices of the hearts of the people in the gallery. I'm hoping that audio crackling is just on my end. All I hear is distrust. As you can see, the people are on my side, because all I see is a strange little girl using a weird little machine. But it's not like I use analytical psychology to falsely accuse people. Uh-oh. He's got Athena doubting herself. Miss Sykes' analytical psychology has breathed new life into the courtroom. It has freed the hearts of many witnesses and has been key in getting to the truth. Ha ha ha! What nonsense! Your Honor, the defense claims is a false one. I don't feel any kind of fear when it comes to the moon rock. I see. Very well, I will give the opinion of this court. In a trial, I don't feel that a person's emotions are quite as compelling as actual evidence is. That's fair. But Your Honor... there, you see, nobody believes you and your trumped-up charges. However, I do believe Miss Sykes' analysis can contribute to making the truth clear. I've seen her do this firsthand several times already. Surely you jest. So does this mean you'll accept my findings in this trial, Your Honor? Yes, I believe your claim, Miss Sykes. I think there is merit in examining why the witness feels fear in regard to the moon rock. That is the court's opinion on this matter. Then that's a win for me. No, a win for analytical psychology. Now, Mr. Phantom, you will tell the court the reason for your fear. Analytical psychology? My fears? Fine. I'll show you precisely why those abstract things can't be considered evidence. Alright. My fear of the moon rock. You felt fear when I thought of the moon rock because it reminded me of the Phantom. Yes, I'm very afraid of him because he took my family hostage. What reason would the Phantom have to be afraid of the moon rock? None at all. So the very fact that I'm afraid of the moon rock means I'm not him. In fact, I'm on the side of justice. Okay. There you have it. Now do you see why I'm afraid of the moon rock? Didn't he just say he wasn't afraid, though? Sure, you can't sound convincing enough. But so does any two-bit con artist. It's all meaningless in the absence of evidence. The Phantom is like the mist. No flesh, no bones. My sword alone cannot cut it. Right, Dono? With your deductive reasoning and the body of evidence before us, let us send this miserable Phantom fellow to the other world together. You and I, Prosecutor Blackwell. We have a duty to bring the Phantom down and restore the people's faith in the courts. Indeed, by covering for Athena, I allowed the Phantom to escape. And as a prosecutor, I gave birth to the people's mistrust with my murder conviction. I bear part of the responsibility as well, for being suspected of forging evidence and losing my attorney's badge as a result. The two of us and the Phantom were there at the beginning of the dark age of the law. It is also our burden to cut away the foul specter we created, is it not? Until all that remains is the righteousness of the court and the faith of the people. Trust, understanding, fragile ideas of the masses who are controlled by emotions. Humans can't truly trust each other, which is exactly why the illusion of trust is so enticing. Here we go, after school special time. Once two people overcome their misgivings, that's where real trust is to be found. You're free to believe what you want, but trust like that is stronger than you and your lies always. Let's do this. Okay. It only reminded you of the Phantom? Don't make me laugh, you are the Phantom. Evidence is everything in a court of law. Or did you forget? No, I was forced to testify over a silly thing like feelings. Well, those tactics won't work from here on out. You need real evidence. Oh, I hate to admit it, but he's right. That could be the... I was very afraid of it because he took my family hostage. Your family? Like who in your family specifically? Oh, I don't know. Like, maybe my lover, for example. For example, maybe. We need a more concrete answer than that. Maybe my mother, my son, or my daughter. Maybe it was all of them. Oh, I'm so sad and worried. I miss them so much. He's obviously lying. Look how upset I am. Is it any wonder I followed the Phantom's orders? So we need to present something. What reason would the Phantom have to be afraid of the moon rock? Not at all. You can't think of a single reason that the Phantom might be afraid of the rock. I thought the Phantom wasn't even supposed to have any feelings. How could someone like me with my wealth of emotions be expected to understand the guy? The Phantom, a person with very few emotions, would only be afraid of something really big, like his cover getting blown big. I'm willing to bet that the moon rock has something to do with his identity, but what? Maybe the Phantom fingerprints are on the rock. The fingerprints can be wiped off. And maybe he wanted the rock so bad he literally drooled on it and left his DNA. Dealing with a spy here, Athena, not a slob. True. Maybe the DNA part isn't too far off. Oh. Huh? Something... something unexpected happened to him during the incident 7 years ago. Oh, I know what it wants. Yup. Hold on. Hold on. Back up. I just know I have something that can show why the Phantom is afraid of the moon rock. I'll just continue with my testimony while you're pondering then, if you don't mind. Nope, go back. Oh, I'm so glad they, like, spelled that out. What reason? Objection! There we go. Got him. Detective Fulbright, I assume you know what this is. Of course, that's the knife that the Phantom used to kill Clay Terrain. Nope. Well, yes, but that's not where we're going with this. That's right, the exact same type of knife Miss Sykes used 7 years ago when she stabbed the Phantom's hand. Can we just look at his hand? Yes, that was discussed earlier, as I recall. He dodged at first, so I only got his clothes. But I tried again. And this time you got him, didn't you? I did. I remember it clearly now. The knife went into the back of his hand. Which hand? Miss Sykes stated she remembers the culprit bleeding. It's my theory that the culprit's blood got on the moon rock, and he was afraid that if the blood was analyzed, his true identity would be revealed. So that's why he did this. Okay. Okay. It's all coming together. That explains why the Phantom had to remove the moon rock from the crime scene. Do you mean if we ran the analysis now, we'd know who the Phantom is? Ha ha ha. Yes, I suppose so, but unfortunately, the moon rock in question is missing. Maybe so, but I'm certain I can explain what happened to it in great detail. You can? Of course. Not. No, we can. You don't actually expect us to believe that, do you? Because you don't fool me. this court needs is a bully-free zone. The infamous sword of the beguiling bluff is without compare. Come now, ready it with me, and show us just how finely it cuts. Your Honor, this is an outrage! Oh, I mean... this is an outrage? Ah! Go on, Wright Dono. Let's start with something that's been bothering me for a while. Now, the culprit supposedly removed the moon rock from the lab. But in this video of him, it's nowhere to be seen. You're right! But here's something to consider. What if the Phantom hid the moon rock somewhere at the scene of the crime? Good thinking, boss! Security was super tight at the Space Center back then. All that, in spite of the Space Center having very strict security in those days, all personal effects were examined thoroughly, coming or going. Couldn't even smuggle a literal leaf through those checkpoints. There we go. Does this mean that the moon rock is still somewhere in the Space Center? In the name of justice, I proclaim that that's impossible. Why is that? The Space Center was searched from top to bottom, and especially the lab. But the moon rock was never found. Ugh, how could I forget about that? A sad but true fact. We still haven't a grasp on how it was done. But the Phantom made the moon rock vanish into the ether. There's no way it just disappeared. Logic and evidence tell us otherwise. The Phantom didn't have the moon rock on him when he left the lab. Yeah, a thorough police search didn't turn up anything. That's fine. That's fine. I know where we're going. And it never turned up in the 7 years after that either. Yes, right. The Phantom made the rock disappear without physically removing it himself. But how? There must have been a way. Think Phoenix 6. I know. I have the evidence. Come on, let's get to it. There. How did the moon rock vanish from the robotics lab? So, can you not show what happened to the moon rock, Mr. Wright? Yes, I can. Your Honor. Ooh, what? Whoops, sorry, I mean, what? Are you right there, Mr. Fulbright? In that case, let us have your answer, Mr. Wright. How did the Phantom make the moon rock disappear from the crime scene? Take that! This is the Hope capsule, right? The one that went up on the Hat 1 rocket. He couldn't carry the rock out, but he couldn't leave it in the center to be found either. So there was only one safe place to stash it. The Hope capsule that was there in the lab that day. Yes, and the team must have loaded it onto the Hope space probe eventually. But if that's what happened, the moon rock would have been launched up into space along with the rocket. Preposterous. It would mean that for these past 7 years, the moon rock was... Exactly. The Phantom got rid of the moon rock in the most cosmic way he knew how. He was out there in the depths of space, aboard the Hope space probe. What? Got him. Order in the court. I understand now. The Phantom's original scheme was to sabotage the Hat 1 anyway. The villain, he used his primary objective to conveniently kill 2 birds with 1 stone. That's right. He planned for the moon rock to be turned into cosmic dust in outer space, thereby destroying the one piece of evidence that could reveal his true identity. But Mr. Starbuck and the others foiled the Phantom's plot. The Hope space probe sailed off safely on its mission and returned 7 years later, with the capsule in tow. Gah! If we analyze the blood on the moon rock, it should make one thing crystal clear, that you were the Phantom all along, Detective Fulbright. Freak out time! So he killed Clay just so he could get the moon rock back. I believe so. His original assignment may have been just to sabotage the Hat too, but at the same time he also had to retrieve the evidence of his crime 7 years ago. That's why he went to the boarding lounge and attacked Clay as he made his escape out of the rocket with the capsule. But in the end, it was all he could do just to escape himself, so he didn't get the capsule. Clay must have done everything he could to stop Fulbright. He probably hung onto that capsule for all he was worth until his very last breath. This is so funny, you make me laugh, you really do. Boy, he's totally out of whack now. It's game over for you, Detective Fulbright. Why don't you just admit to it all now? There's nothing to admit. I'm Bobby Fulbright, undercover investigator, I tell you. I'm not the Phantom. The blood on the rock is just another one of his schemes, a trap. I'm not sure what to think. I suppose the Phantom is a spy with assault. A trap is not out of the question. Objection! But in that case, you could say anything is a trap. What? That's what makes a trap a trap. I've been framed into taking the blame for the Phantom. Your Honor, I believe further investigation is in order. Further investigation? More like plotting your escape. But no more. I will bring you to justice myself if I must. Here now. I guess it's time to show you just what I'm really capable of. Die, Simon Blackwell. Hey, you guys aren't really... Are we gonna settle this with like a duel? Oh.
Looks like I made it just in time.
Edgeworth!
I have good news for you, Mr. Wright. I've uncovered some very crucial facts.
Did you find something out about the Phantom's true identity?
You might say that. I started by looking into the first people in the crime scene 7 years ago. All three, an employee and 2 officers, were registered in the robot's recognition systems. But none of them looked the least bit like Detective Fulbright.
That's not good.
But there's more. I've yet to share my most important finding. Mr. Wright, Prosecutor Blackwell, you'd best brace yourself.
Oh god, I don't like where this is going. Uh-oh.
The man you see before you, Bobby Fulbright, is already long dead.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
An unidentified body that was found a year ago has now been proven to possess Bobby Fulbright's fingerprints.
And does this mean?
Yes, that man there is an imposter pretending to be Bobby Fulbright.
An imposter?
Then this man, who in the world is he?
Enough of your trickery if you will not reveal yourself to us. And I shall do it for you. What? We're Scooby-Dooing this? What the? No!
His face!
Oh, look what you did to my mask.
Mask? What is the meaning of this, witness?
Okay, you got me. I guess I have to show you who I really am now. We're Scooby-Dooing this. What? 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 I figured out that it was Detective Fulbright, but I didn't figure that out. How did I not see that coming? Wait, but that's... Hey, Apollo. Yeah, it's me, Solomon Starbuck. Mr. Starbuck, but that can't be right. Can't really be the Phantom, can you? Of course not. The real Starbuck was aboard the Hat 1, which was set to be destroyed. Yeah, this is just another mask. I mean, didn't I tell you? I'm an undercover investigator. I can change identities at will. I could be anyone I want. Wait. I'm so freaking confused. That doesn't make any sense. What? Not so fast. I have the Phantom psych profile right here. If we compile a psych profile on you and compare the results, it'll prove that you're the Phantom. Alright, can we get on with the masking? It's time for you to show me the real meaning of the phrase "the ends justify." Alright, now he's gonna be Professor Means. Now that voice, those words. I cannot accept such evidence here, Miss Sykes. But Professor Means... Mask? I'll take what I want by any means necessary. Now give me the evidence. Who are you really, though? Huh? Time to take out the trash. Permanently. How could you? Now do you see how powerful the end justifies the means can be? How pathetic. You can't even speak without wearing another man's face. Ah, but that's the life of an undercover agent for you. My real face has no meaning or value to me at all. What? Or perhaps it is really the case that you don't even know who you are anymore. What must you see when you look in a mirror, Mr. Phantom? An awful lot, I'd wager. Well, aren't you just the Master of Psychology, Blackwell? That's right, I don't know who I am. I am always living as someone else for my assignments. I don't remember what my face looks like, or even what my personality was like. My face, memories, personality, beliefs, emotions, and soul. I left them all behind. I have no self. I am no one. I am nothing but an endless abyss. What's with this guy? Is he even still human? Now we resume with your lesson, Professor Wright. I believe you made this argument earlier. If you were to analyze the blood on the moon rock, you could prove that I am the Phantom. I believe there was blood on the moon rock in that capsule. Now that we know you aren't even Bobby Fulbright, your claims of a phantom trap won't work anymore. Then why don't you bring this moon rock in? This decisive evidence from the Hope capsule. I think I'll do just that. Get it ready, because the Hope capsule is about to seal your... Fudge. Here's the courtroom bombing from the other day. I knew it. It's all connected. The capsule is there in the courtroom as evidence and was blown to smithereens. Whoops-a-doodle. Looks like you have finally caught on. Full marks for the defense for effort, but what a shame your hope was lost in that courtroom explosion. So that's the real reason this courtroom was blown up. It was all for the Phantom to destroy that one piece of evidence. I can't believe it. Have we really reached a dead end after coming all this way? Has the only evidence we have on this guy really been destroyed? How dare you to continue to call me the Phantom? As I've said all along, I'm just a nameless undercover agent. And the defense will continue to assert that you are the Phantom. Furthermore, we have proof-ish. Or at least a prayer? I'm afraid that won't do, Mr. Wright. At least put some weight behind your swing, right, Dono? I know, I'm trying. There's only one thing that can unmask this menace, the moon rock. But that was blown to bits in the courtroom bombing. And yet, is it really gone without a trace? No! What if some tiny part, some little fragment still exists? Ooh! Teacher, right here!
Yes, and you can see the stolen moon rock there, too.
Strange black and yellow thing on the side, left side of the picture. Very well, Mr. Wright, let's see your proof. What evidence will finally prove the Phantom's identity? No, I'm not ready for that yet. Alright, this is what we need to get to. We're not there yet. Hold on. I saw it. There it is. I remembered seeing that. This is the bomb that blew up the courtroom and the moon rock along with it. Yeah, hold on. We can... Are you saying this will reveal the Phantom's identity? Yes, Your Honor. Focus your attention on the photo taken after the bombing, specifically right here. It's weird because you'd think this kind of blends in with this. It was close. Please take a look at this newspaper article. This article about the hat one. Now please note the strange black and yellow rock there on the left. That's the moon rock. And when we look at this photo of the bomb fragments, see how there's a rock-like object with the same coloration? So yes, I see it. It would seem that the moon rock was much more durable than the Phantom thought. If we take a look at all the fragments that the police found, we'll likely find one with blood. And DNA testing on that blood will prove that the witness is indeed the Phantom. Unbelievable. Yeah, but that's impossible. A surprise to be sure. That's one bloody tough rock. Let's have his fragments tested straight away. Oh, and you'll be having a DNA test too, fool, Wright. Bailiff, contact the police department immediately and order testing. I like how quickly we can get this stuff done. Prosecutor Blackwell, what did the test results show? There's a rock fragment that had blood on it. It appeared to be several years old. DNA testing revealed. Well, I'm sure you know full well what it revealed. They confirmed it was the witness's blood, didn't they? There's no use in trying to talk your way out of it anymore. Admit it. You're the Phantom. What? Apollo? Mr. Wright, did you just raise an objection yourself? No, I didn't say a word. That was my objection, Apollo. Huh? Is he Phoenix right under there now? Oh, come on! Why? It was a pretty good objection, too, don't you think? Now he's me. So, did you have an objection or not, Mr. Wright? Huh? No? Yes? Oh, no, not really, Your Honor. No, not you, Mr. Wright. I mean the witness, Mr. Wright. Could this trial get any more insane? Oh, sure. Mr. Wright, this fragment of rock in the photograph and those just like it. How can you be sure they're pieces of the same moon rock that was at the robotics lab? Alright, no, I asked. Care to explain what you mean? No, I got this. Well, there may have been a rock or two in the courtroom that had my blood on it. But how do you know they're not just rocks? Can't prove they're the moon rock, right? Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Don't be absurd. Just compare the fragments with the rock in the newspaper article. Anybody can see they're the same. They have the exact same coloration. But maybe some other rock with the same coloration happened to be in the courtroom. It's highly unlikely a rock with such a unique appearance just happened to be there. But you can't deny it's a possibility. No, I got this. But your blood was found on one of the fragments. Apollo, there's nothing suspicious about my blood being on a piece of rock. And why not? I know it sounds like an excuse, but several years ago I tripped and fell in this very courtroom and was hurt pretty bad. Maybe that's how my blood found its way onto the piece of rubble? And he must realize how ridiculous that sounds. And yet I suppose it's not completely out of the question. I see you're starting to sweat, Mr. Wright. The worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. You're the last person I want to hear that from. Well, then why don't we get the fragments analyzed? We could ask an expert to verify if they were from the moon rock in the robotics lab or not. Nope, don't even need that. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid that just isn't going to be possible. And why not? In order to prove that the fragments are from what you say they are from, you need a sample of the moon rock from 7 years ago to compare it with. But that moon rock doesn't exist anymore, and there's no sample data left either. So you see, short of going back in time, there's no way to prove that any of the fragments are from that moon rock. Oh! No! No, I got this! Guys! Oh, see, I almost got a step ahead of myself. Good grief. There's really no way to prove it? Are you finally ready to throw in the towel? No, there is. I got it. I almost jumped the gun on this. So the moon rock doesn't exist anymore, huh? That's right. It's such a valuable rock, too. Shame, really, but it's lost to us forever. He's wrong. It's not completely lost. Yes. There's another piece of it right here by our side. A shining fragment of hope that can turn everything around. The final piece of evidence to put this phantom away for good. The defense has a piece of evidence that completely contradicts your claim. You have what now? A final fragment of hope that was passed down with great loving care. We do? We do. Even if the person holding it hasn't realized it yet. Is this true, Mr. Wright? Pay no attention to him, Your Honor. He's just bluffing as usual. I wonder if you'll be able to force your biggest smile when you see what I've got. Try me. The piece of evidence that shows the original moon rock isn't completely lost is... Bam. But just about the only things my mother left me with are widget and this earring. Maybe she did love me in her own way. Athena, you may not know it, but your mother left you with a very important piece of evidence. She did? You're bluffing. You don't have anything of the kind. Oh, but we do. Evidence that will finally corner you, because we have a moon rock of our own. Yeah! What? Oh! You mean... Exactly. A gift Dr. Sykes left her daughter. An item Athena has cherished and worn all these years. As distant as Dr. Sykes may have seemed to her daughter, that fragment of her love will shake off the darkness of the past and give us all hope for the future. This is a defensive sample of the moon rock. That's your sample? This earring that Miss Sykes always wears was made from that original moon rock. What? All this time? It was right here all along. No, it can't be. If the composition of the bomb fragments in the earring are found to be a match, then it will prove beyond the shadow of a doubt the original fragment, the origin of the fragment in this photo. And since the test results showed that the blood on the fragments was yours, this means that the identity you tried so hard to hide will finally be revealed. The identity I tried to hide? I don't have an identity to hide. I may not have Athena's ears, but now even I can hear the fear in your voice. Fear? I don't feel fear. I left all of my emotions behind years ago. Every human being feels fear. You simply can't face the emotions inside you. You can't face them because you have nothing. No love, no trust. I suppose you do. I didn't have anybody to support me at first either. I couldn't face the fear inside me, couldn't get over the trauma of my past. Like I said, I don't feel fear. Then you're just a coward for running away from yourself. When I had my doubts about Miss Sykes, I felt like I would collapse under the weight. But I wanted to trust her. And I knew I could trust Mr. Wright to uncover the truth. That's why I was able to face my suspicions without hesitation. Running away from myself? How can I run from myself when there's nothing inside? Nothing at all. I know it's hard for someone as unwilling to trust others as you to understand. But people have emotions. It's just a fact of life. And so people can be weak at times. But that's exactly why people need to trust one another. So that they can gain the strength to face themselves when things are at their bleakest. Without trust in others, how can you ever hope to face your fears? The fear inside of me? Is this... No. Uh-oh. I'm afraid, I'm scared. I feel fear. You can't outrun yourself. Remove that mask and unleash your emotions. Confront your guilt head on. With your own true face. Is this going to be someone we've seen before, or... My own true face? No, please don't. I know you're here. Who are you? Where are you? See? I haven't revealed anything yet. Honest. My own true face. I don't have one. My face, my face. Alright, we're going back through the criminals again. Is this my face? Is it? Is it? No, that's not it. No! Me either. Is this me? Which one is my face? What am I? Who am I? Did he just get shot? Can we Scooby-Doo him again? So yeah, he did have someone. Should we look into that sniper? I feel like we should look into that. Cyber attack in this very courtroom. It chills me to my bones. Also, can someone get on that? I would like to not get shot. But the police are doing everything they can to track down the sniper as we speak. Prosecutor Blackwell, how is Detective Wright? Is imposter doing? He's a lucky fellow. The bullet didn't hit any vital organs. He appears to be in no danger of dying. Doesn't sound like a sniper. Well, that was fortunate for all of us. An analysis of the final piece of evidence Wright submitted is in. The composition of Miss Sykes' earring and the fragment with the blood on it match. We can now be certain that it is a fragment of the moon rock in question. The murder and the bombings at the Space Center, both past and present. The bombing of the courtroom number 4 and all of these other crimes as numerous as the stars. Under suspicion of all these things, the spy known as the Phantom has been incarcerated. The prosecutor's office is now responsible for his well-being. There are still a myriad of things we wish him to tell us about after all. Thank you, Prosecutor Blackwell. Well, it's time to finally bring this trial to an end. But before I do, will the defendant please return to her proper place? Yes, Your Honor. Now then, this court finds the defendant, Athena Sykes. There we go. Not guilty. Court is adjourned. Just letting the wife know. Probably gonna be late to dinner. Because I have a feeling this is probably gonna go on for more than 6 minutes. Congratulations, Mr. Nick. Thank you, Pearls, and thank you for being there for Athena. It's the least I could do, but Athena was great, wasn't she? She was so strong throughout the whole trial. Daddy, I'm so glad to see you. Trucy, are you alright? Are you hurt? I'm fine, Daddy. I was doing magic tricks for the other hostages to keep our spirits up. That's our Trucy for you. Really, I'm glad to see you're safe.
Right, I feel I owe you yet another debt of gratitude.
Edgeworth.
We never would have caught him if it weren't for all of you.
Aw, come on, Edgeworth. What are you talking about? You're the ones who have been tracking the Phantom all this time. Plus, you were the one who gave Blackwell permission to serve as prosecutor, right?
Yes, well, we knew the Phantom was somewhere nearby. The police and I were trying to find him, but we never did manage to do so until this trial.
Well, we never would have won this trial without you. It was your help as chief prosecutor that was the key to its successful conclusion. Besides, it was you that saw to it I got my attorney's badge back, wasn't it?
So you figured it out, did you?
Yeah, getting my license back went just a little too smoothly, you know. Should have been much harder after that evidence forging scandal.
Well, I owed you a few favors.
Hey, Edgeworth, think we can finally bring the Dark Age of the law to an end?
Even the darkest night turns to dawn eventually, or sun will rise again. Besides, now that Prosecutor Blackwell has been cleared of all charges, a great deal of mistrust towards the court system should have been swept away.
You know, you could have said that with a bigger smile, Edgeworth. It won't kill you. Instead, the furrows in that brow of yours just keep getting deeper and deeper.
Should I smile more? So I should smile more, huh? I'll think about it.
Ah, the complicated love-hate relationship between lifelong rivals. Athena? Oh, I thought that was going to be Juniper. I'm forever in your debt. You went all that trouble, even taking the bar exam while you were overseas. Well, I knew that if I didn't get your sentence overturned fast, you'd be executed. So I studied and studied. I was frantic. I'm so glad I made it in time. Oh, I was like, what? Just barely, but I still made it. Atta girl, Athena. It's good to see you finally let your tears out. Yes, I survived by the skin of my teeth, thanks to you. Shame on you, Simon, for trying to throw your life away like that. It was never my intention to just throw my life away, but some things in this world are more important than your own life. Like what? My honor-bound duty to protect with my life. My mentor's most beloved treasure. Huh? That's some loyalty. This guy really is a samurai through and through. Now I see why everyone likes Blackwell. Well, it looks like we can breathe easy now. Apollo, Athena, thank you both. It took all of us together to pull it off. You bet, boss. What a team we are, huh? It was definitely the most amazing turnabout I've ever seen. I'm a lucky guy. My office is the best, most capable lawyers around. Thanks, Mr. Wright. I'm going to work extra hard to make up for all the worry I caused. Apollo Justice is fine and ready to go. Let's hear it for the Wright Anything Agency. Well, nobody's going to try harder than me, so you better watch out, Apollo. Simon is free, thanks to Mr. Wright. But there's so many more people out there who need our help. You're right, and I'll be needing you both to help them. You still have a long way to go. Get ready, you two. We won a major victory, but the war is far from over. There's still people out there suffering under false charges who need defending. We've got a lot of work ahead of us, if we ever hope to fully bring the Dark Age of the Law to a close. Hey, I know one thing we have to do. We have to celebrate. With a bowl of piping hot noodles. Huh? That's true. Nothing like a bowl of Eldrin's noodles after a trial, all on Mr. Wright's tab. That's how it works in the Wright Anything Agency, right, Mr. Wright? Huh? Yep.
Boss, it's your duty to express gratitude to the people for their great work.
In that case, allow me to join in the festivities. I would greatly welcome a bowl of noodles. Huh? I have an idea, Daddy. Why don't you just invite everybody involved in the case? The more the merrier, right? Oh, Mr. Nick, look how far you've come. Who knew you'd grow up to be such a generous gentleman? Guys, I haven't even gotten paid. Under these circumstances, there's only one thing I can say. Only if I get to join in. Hey, no fair, I want to say it too. Okay, here we go.
Objection!
I'm a little sad there was no group photo at the end. I was trying to think of something nice I could do for Polly now that she's back. So I decided to go around and get a bunch of jobs for him to do. Find a lost cat, install an air conditioner, give computer lessons, find a lost item. Well, you think I should have found him a few legal cases. Nah, it's okay. This is the Wright Anything Agency after all. I'm sad there was no group photo at the end. You know, Apollo, we're so wonderful in court. I'd better study as much as I can if I want to be a judge someday. My grandma says, eat lots of peppers and they'll ignite your passion. Oh, but I should figure out which to grow, green peppers or yellow peppers. Or maybe I should go with hot as the sun red peppers instead. Woo! Made it just in time. My voice is really starting to give out now. But we made it through the game. I knew they were going to interrupt. The end of the Dark Age of the Law, you say? Tisk tisk, how naive. Don't you know it's sometimes necessary to get a guilty verdict by any means possible? Punch him in the face. What? They're putting me under investigation. The chief prosecutor wants to see me? Nah. I thought this was really well done. I know it's a new writer, I think. But very well done. Very, very well done. Story was good. A little abstract towards the end. I've been asked to debut the great mass wrestler Tenmataro. He's scheduled to go up against the amazing Ninetales next, though. What to do, a fight to the finish with myself? Why don't you ask Mr. Demon Lawyer to be the amazing Ninetales, too? It's not a bad idea. I bet he'd be all for it. Caw, so we are to meet as foes, are we, my little friend? Very well done. I loved really all of it. All the cases were good. Would you believe it? I'm an alderman of Ninetales Vale now. Pretty impressive, eh? I took over after Rex Kyubi for the good of my beloved village. What do you say? Would you like to make a little donation to help us out? Hey, you, what do you think you're doing sneaking into the matter? Ah, the jig's up. Better to make a run for it. Yeah, I didn't see that happening. The improved presentation really did help. I thought I wanted to be an artist, but after seeing the amazing job Athena did, I started becoming genuinely interested in law, so now I'm studying for the bar exam. I'm going to prosecute Athena someday. You'll see.
I'm studying my buns off too, but not for the bar exam. I'm going to pass the Themis entrance exam on my own merit this time. With a score of 100 points, of course.
Hugh, Juniper, our dream will live on forever. Yeah, I really don't have much to say than that. I found really sweet boxes for all three of them, but they won't wear them. Is it because I want to be a legal journalist instead of a lawyer or a judge? But anyway, thanks for the trial. The school newspaper's future is as bright as can be. Now, let's see what the fresh blood have to say in the new school paper. Our editor cried so hard at graduation rehearsal, her cardboard box got soggy. Fantastic. Yeah, all the cases were good. Yeah, the one night only reunion concert, I still remember that evening of passion. The president of student council sang like no high school student I've ever heard. When she's a judge in her own court someday, I'd love to have a jam session with her. It'd be the coolest trial ever, yeah? I can already hear it now. They did a good job bringing back a lot of, like my personal favorite characters. Lack of gumshoe, though. I hear this place a good cleaning from top to bottom, but it's already a mess again. I guess the only thing I can do now is clean up the attitudes of the people in this office. With Mystic Maya due to come here once her training is over, it simply must be done. I was a little sad not to see Maya. That's Maya and Gumshoe. Really, I can't think of anyone else really, like, major that they left off. Humanity's dreams for outer space will never die. In fact, planning for the Hat 3 rocket has officially begun. Look upon me, people of this great nation. Witness the glory of Yuri Cosmos. What do you owe? The director. Yes, rocket preparations are fully complete. Yes. You can just leave everything to me. Assistant Director Yuri Cosmos. Wait. What? Did he just get demoted? I thought he was the director. I'm going to the moon in the new rocket. If Athena or Mommy Metis come to the moon, I would love to show them around. But which is more interesting? Montes, Pyrenius, or Mare? Oh, you think they would like either one? Yay! Hooray! I wonder how Miss Aura is doing. I'd rather be near Miss Aura than on the moon. Oh, Miss Aura, I just want you to use me again like you used to. In jail on misdemeanor charges, I'm sure. I'm ready for the launch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See the new director? Lift off. I'm going to the moon for real this time, for me and for Clay. Thanks to my lawyers, I know I should never give up. But I'm worried. You can't breathe in space, and in fact, it's cold as heck. Oh man, now I'm getting really nervous. I really liked how they kept you guessing about who the mastermind was until the end. No, I'm not an employee here. I simply came to request their services in defense of my sister. But no one's around and I've been kept waiting for a long time. And what sort of case brings you here? Oh, your father was accused and you wished for Athena to defend him. Perhaps he and I shall meet in a courtroom in the near future. Wait, who is that then? So, we are going to be playing the next game. For anyone who's kind of new around here.
I look forward to your next month's salary assessment.
Yeah, please forgive me. Talk about this in a second.
The Blackwell's acquittal has brought all manner of ills in the prosecutor's office to light. It would seem solving that case has thawed the chill of winter and the warmth of spring. Now I'll write another debt of gratitude. But I will repay him one day, you can trust in that.
So, we have been playing an Ace Attorney game, then I do like a palate cleanser, like something kind of light and brief, and then a Professor Layton game, and then kind of like a palate cleanser, and then back to Ace Attorney. Because I do eventually want to play the Ace Attorney Professor Layton crossover game. So that's kind of the route we've been taking. But I think what I'm going to do instead, slight change, is I'm going to do something kind of light for the next couple weeks. I have to do some work on my computer, so I want to do something that I don't care if like things go wrong, like, or that if I stop suddenly, it's not a big deal. Like something like, I don't know, like Minecrafty or Harvest Moon or something like that. And then do Professor Layton, and then I think I'm gonna immediately, depending on timing, but my plan is to go from the third Professor Layton game right into the next Ace Attorney game. So, hopefully a little bit quicker timeline is the goal. Not so many months between games, because I think we're right now about like, it's gonna be 6 months between Professor Layton games or something like that. Started this in September, so yeah, close to it. But yeah, no, we will. I plan on playing through this whole series. And the Professor Layton one as well, which they just announced a new game, so I'm excited about that. So that's the plan. Is I do want to play all the games, but that's kind of the pattern we've been going with. So might not see anything consistent on the channel for a couple of weeks. I just need to do some tinkering, upgrade our power supply, install a new hard drive, which involves I want to upgrade, but I don't have any more room to plug hard drives into, so I have to like plug in the new one, start moving files over, and then like unplug it, put in the other one, and start moving files over again. So it's gonna take some doing, and I don't want to risk files getting corrupted. That's why I didn't want to do it while we were playing this, because the save file for this emulator goes like into your documents folder, and so I really didn't want to do anything to like mess with the operating system. I don't know if that can be changed, but I wasn't taking the risk. I'm like, we're gonna finish this. We're gonna finish Legend of Mana, and then whatever happens after that happens. And once everything's up and running again, then we'll start Professor Layton. Is kind of how I'm planning to do it. So I hope you guys look forward to that. I really appreciate the support the series has gotten, especially towards the end. You know, typically with a lot of series, like the interest falls off, and then like the last couple episodes you'll see people like that. Those will kind of get a boost, but like really the past couple of weeks it's been a nice boost. So I really appreciate that interest. People have not only maintained interest, but you know, more people are finding it. As we've gone along. That's been great. I cannot thank you all enough for that. So that was Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. I loved it. I really don't have any like major critiques of it. Improved presentation was great. All the cases were really good. Even the DLC one, which I did not expect. Oop, here we go.
I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
T-minus 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff.
Like even these cutscenes, like they're nothing amazing or outstanding, but they really do help bring the characters to life a bit and give them a little bit more personality, I guess is how I'd put it. So that was definitely appreciated.
Mr. Starbuck!
You'll be fine. Just believe in yourself.
The moon's closer than you think!
Thanks, guys. I wouldn't have made it back into space if it wasn't for you.
All right.
Also kind of impressive that they fit all this onto a 3DS cartridge, like with those cutscenes. I don't know what their storage capacity is, but I'm just like, man, like with the new models and the cutscenes and the improved graphics, like, the years it's, well, but just as Mr. Starbuck was able to escape his harsh pull of his fears and despair, I believe that hope and friendship can lift us all up towards a brighter tomorrow. All right. Anime cutscenes, extras, DLC. Awesome. Okay. So that officially has been Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. Again, thank you all so much for support throughout the series and just for watching. I really appreciate it. Hopefully you're looking forward to whatever weird thing I decide to do next. And then Professor Layton, and then we'll be back for... Oh my god, why can't I think of it? Spirit of Justice. I hope you're, if nothing else, I hope you're looking forward to that. I do have a Discord, which I talked about, I think, in the first episode. I'll try to put another link to that. And this one, whenever I post a new series, there's a notification that goes out. So that's if that's what you're waiting for, that's probably the best, most efficient way to get it. I don't know if I should advertise it that way, but that's that's probably easiest, I think. And just come hang out. We talk games, life, all that kind of stuff. So hope to see you there. But again, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.